In this video, we are going to deploy an application which consists of app services, app service as a front end, and the API, which is running on app service again as a back end, and there is a storage account involved. So what this application does, it's the application of uploading images or seeing images, fetching images from this app services. You can do it from the front end, and as an administrator, you can upload the images from the back end, that is storage account. So it's a lab, and in this lab, what we're gonna do, we are going to deploy a storage account first, and we will create a container inside the storage account and upload the images. We'll capture the access keys, connection strings, so that our API app service can talk to the storage account. In the next exercise, we are going to deploy the app service. We are going to change the application settings so that it could talk to the storage account. Then we'll try to browse and see what happens. And then we are going to deploy the code with the help of kudu SCM or .zip config, right? And then we'll try to browse and check again how it changes the behavior, or rather how applications start working or fetching the images from the backend. It's an API. It will fetch the URL of the image, okay? And then once this part is done, in the next part, we are going to deploy an app service, which would be the front end of this application. And we will change the application settings so that it could talk to the API app service and fetch the information and display it on the portal. So it would be a very good exercise to learn how the settings happen in the app services, how things work. So let's get started. Let me share my screen and start this demo. I hope you can see my screen now. Very good. Yes. So as you can see, this is what I was trying just to show you guys how things will happen in this application. So this is our application, which is consist of web app, which is a front end, and this is a back end, and this is our storage account. So in this lab, this is task 1, where we'll be deploying storage account. Deploy storage account. Okay, create container, upload image. Container would be blob anonymous access, so that it could fetch by the API and shown by the web app. And copy access keys. Why I'm writing it so that you could do this exercise by yourself. Connection string. This is task 1. Then this would be the task 2. Deploy app service, which is our API. Then configure app setting. Then we can browse and check. Then deploy app code. I'll share the GitHub link from where I'm using this app code, and we'll see code where the functions are returned to access the storage account to fetch the images. Okay, and check and browse and check whether API app able to fetch the URL of these images on the storage account. Similarly, this was the task 2, right? And then here we would have task 3, We'll deploy app service, which is a front end. Then the same process, configure app setting, deploy code, test. So this is the entire application. These are the 3 tasks we're going to perform. So let's get started. So this is my Azure portal. I need to simply go to the app services, create an app service. Oh, I got excited. Not the app service. Task 1 is the storage account. So let me go back. Oh, you can deploy the app service first, doesn't matter, but we'll follow this pattern, storage account. So let me create the storage account first. Okay, let me create this. Let me call it API or app RG because we need resource group for any resource that we create in the Azure. Now we are going to give it a name as a unique name. So let me call it, yeah, it seems like I can pick this name. Hopefully this is unique. Yeah, it's a unique name. I added or appended it. LRS would be fine for us. So let's review and create. And once it is created, we will simply go ahead, create a container and upload the image. Or we can do both the tasks together to save the time. Click on app services. Okay. Do we have app service here? All right, right here. Let me go and do it again. Create app service. Use the same resource group so that we can get rid of the resource group once we are done with this lab, right? So what we're gonna call this application. This is the API and this is the image API, right? So we are going to call it image API. Come on. Let me call it image API Pachehra talks. That is fine. It should be unique. We have a code in .NET, so let me use that. Standard S1 is good enough for us. We don't have a plan, so it will create a plan. So let's click on review and create. Create. Meanwhile, I hope our storage account is done. So let's click on go to resource. Under containers, okay. Go to resource. Under containers, click on container. And we have to give it a name. It could be any name. It doesn't need to be unique. Okay. So let me call it image because that's what our application is gonna do. Give it a anonymous read access. As I said, we want these images to be shown by the application. So we need the read access. Now, once this is done, go inside the container and upload the image. Click here, the folder, and let's upload this image. Upload, doesn't matter, an image. And I'll share the GitHub link that I have borrowed from the Microsoft. These are those images, their images. So it's uploading right now. And meanwhile, we can check if application is deployed. This is uploaded right here. And let's get back to the app service. This is image API. This is our app service. And if you browse it right now, it should be the default page of app service. Seems my internet is a little slow, or maybe the portal is a little slow. All right, so we got the default page. All right, so let's click here and we need to click on configuration. And we forgot something. I have written here as a create container, upload image and copy the connection string. We forget the connection string. So let me duplicate this and copy it from the storage account. Click here, go to storage accounts. This is our storage account. Go to access keys. Click on show access keys. Copy the connection string. Put it in the notepad maybe, or you can directly use it. Go back to image. From here you can do the connection string, but we need the application settings. So I'm going to click on the application setting here. Under application setting, we need to add name, which is storage connection string right here, storage connection string. And we need to give the value, which is the connection string that we have copied from there. Okay. Now, once I save it, it can talk to the storage account, right? But what needs to be done is not set yet. What I mean by that, okay, let me show you. If I click on browse, it is still showing the default page. You can see. So what we need the Visual Studio Code, VS Code. Let me open this up. And yep, this is the code of our right here under the API image control CS. Okay, I'll show you, don't worry. Okay, so the link that I will share with you guys, you can download this code, application code, and work the way I'm doing it right now. So what we need to do first, we need to log in to the Azure so that we can deploy it through the zip file. Or all right, so we are logged in here, and we are going to deploy this code to our app service, API app service, with the help of Apache Kudu zip file deployment utility. Okay, now there is two things I just wanted to show you right here. You can see this says get cloud blob container. Okay, with the help of the access key that we have provided in the app setting, it will get the blob container. And if I go to line here, it will get and it will post. It can do both, right? So let me clear this out. And what we need to do, we simply need to run this command, which says API-webapp deployment source config zip. That is the very simple command. Azure CLI API-webapp deployment source config zip resource group app rg, that is our resource group. Now, what is the source? Source is api.zip. That's our source, and we need to provide the name of our application or app service. Let me minimize this. This is the name of our app service. Copy it, paste it here. So it's API-webapp deployment source config zip resource group app rz, and the source is API zip. Okay, it should connect to the app service through the SCM site credentials, and it should do the zip deployment without any issue if I have not messed up by any of this step. So once it is done, our API would be able to fetch the URL of the images, get and post I showed you in the code. Okay, so let's wait for a minute. All right, wonderful. It says succeeded provisioning state, so it seems we are good. Let me minimize this. This is our application. Let me refresh it. All right, and try to browse it now. Now it's loading. It shouldn't show us the default page, and it is not showing us the default page, but it is giving us these brackets only. It seems not right, something somewhere, right? All right, now it started showing the URL. I refreshed, I checked. We had this, I just re-uploaded the image. Somehow it got stuck or something, I don't know. But I re-uploaded the different image and refreshed it. It started showing me the URL. So as of now, as per our exercise, the steps that we have taken, story account is created successfully. All these tasks are done. These tasks are done, and our API is able to fetch the URL of the images which are uploaded in the storage account. Now it's time to deploy the front end. Okay, so what we need to do for that? We need to create another app service. Let me go ahead and create one more. Okay, and we will gonna call it web app maybe. Anyways, doesn't matter. It should be the name should be unique, and my last name that should be unique. Select .NET. This is a .NET code and East US. We should have the plan already because it got created in the first time, right? No, did we choose the different plan? Let me quickly check under the app service or the location. It was Central US. All right. Let's select the Central US. This is the existing plan. Let's review and create. We don't need the application insight for this lab, but it is fine if it is there. So you can click on no as well under the monitoring. All right, so let's create it. And once it is done, we'll do the configuration. That means we'll go to the app setting and change the or add the new application setting as API URL. Okay. So let's wait for a minute. Alrighty, so our web app, the front end is deployed. Let me go to the resource. And if we try to browse, it should show us the default page that's there. But we are interested in the configuration. So let me click on it. And let me click on application settings. Let me call it API URL. It's there, URI. And then provide the URL of the API app service. You can copy it from the overview page right here and put it in the value. So this will configure the settings on this front-end application so that it could fetch the URL of the API and display the images in the front. Okay. All right, so what we need to do now, it is done. Now we need to deploy the code, which is most important thing. So let me do that. All right, so in the folder, we need to go a step back and we need to get in the web folder, clear this out, and we need to deploy again AZ web deployment source config zip, same resource group. Instead of API zip, we have to write down web zip. And instead of image API app service, we have a different app service. As you can see, API zip. Okay. I'll show you if I have that right now. Okay, it's fine. Let me copy the URL. image web right here. Copy this, go back to here, and we will paste it here under the images. All right, and hit enter. This will deploy the code to the web app. And as I said earlier, this is the same method .zip. So let's wait, and it seems it is successful. Oh, let's go back to the app service and browse it. And this is Apache Kudu zip file deployment utility .zip that I was saying. Let me minimize this one and go to overview. Click on browse. It shouldn't be the default page now as our code is deployed. And there we go. This is the application code. And this image which is somehow coming broken is from the storage account. You can, if you like, you can click on upload and browse and upload the image. Let me try to upload this image and upload. Now this image will get to the storage account from where API can fetch it again. Okay. And if I go to the API app and browse it, it should show us the URL. It is uploaded again, as you can see. These are the images. Somehow it's not showing, but I'll show you, don't worry. It's loading. It should show two URLs now. This is my internet. You see, the one URL is here, another one is here for the different images. Okay, these are the URL. These are two images. Somehow it's not showing because of my internet, I think. Or if I copy this and browse it in the incognito, it should have something. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing, but you see these are the two images, and I'll show you this again. If I go to API that we browse, this is the image. This is the same storage. You can see image store, the storage account under images. This was the URL for the image. I'll show you that as well, just to be sure. We'll go to storage account. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? All right, under images, container. If you'll see, we have only uploaded one, and one we have uploaded from the front end. So we should have two images here, these two. These are the two URLs that we are seeing here. Okay. If we simply copy it and try to browse, hopefully it should. Okay. Let me try it again. What did I do wrong? It seems okay. Maybe the. All right, let me try this one. Because we do have the blob read access, right? Okay, again, say the specified resource does not exist. And why it says so? Let me try troubleshoot it. Okay, let me go back. Close it, close it. It is private, that's why it is giving me this error. Let me click on image, change the access level, make it blob, click OK. All right, that was the issue. If I go back and refresh it now, I should have the read access, and these images, you see, started showing up now. Similarly, if I click this that I was trying it, now I would have the access, right? So let's close this. Let's close this. This is our image. And let me refresh it again. This is the second image. So you can upload it from here as well. And the other one we have uploaded from the storage account. So this is the conclusion of the lab. That's how our web app can talk to the backend API, which is again running on the app service. It can talk to the storage account. So this is the entire application. Well, I hope you like this lab, and if you like to follow, you can follow these steps. You can capture it and do it by yourself in your lab for the learning perspective, of course, and take care. Bye-bye.